this possible should you want it, and we're going to show you all kinds of other inventions as well. A woman who made millions developing a particular kind of diaper for her wet baby. All this week, inventions and inventors, a subject that's not for women only.
If you are age 50 or over, I'm going to ask you to make one telephone call now that may save you hundreds of dollars on your automobile insurance in the years ahead. If you are 50 or over, you belong to the safest class of drivers on the road. That's why your auto insurance should cost you less if you qualify. To find out how much less, call now for free information.
Call free 800-821-7700. Ask for operator 5. That's 800-821-7700.
We are the beer, cold Wisconsin beer, quench a summer thirst for you. Ernie's brought us here, old style beer, special low price too. Good old-fashioned beer with lots of foam. Why not take an old style six-pack home? We are the beer, old style beer, at Ernie's Liquors now.
Old style beer, six-pack of bottles, only $1.19 now at Ernie's, more than 70 stores in Northern California.
This is the actual front page story of the San Francisco earthquake as it happened in 1906. And this is probably the most remarkable collection of newspaper front pages you ever saw. History's greatest headlines. Full-size copies of actual newspaper front pages covering 100 years of history as it happened, 32 unforgettable events, and you are there as each dramatic story is reported by America's greatest newspapers. Every page is a rare collector's item and a fascinating educational tool. History's greatest headlines makes a wonderful gift, and even though it costs so little, each collection includes this authentic copy of the Declaration of Independence as an extra bonus. Your satisfaction is guaranteed, so order now. Here's how.
Call 415-391-4141 or save COD charges. Send $5 to Headlines, P.O. Box 6600, San Francisco 94120.
May I introduce you to our panel of inventors, and if this table looks very messy, it's not because we're slobs, it's because these are their inventions and we're going to show them to you. Meet first Henry Claus, who is one of a very rare breed of successful inventors and entrepreneurs. He invents and then he develops and manufactures the item. He developed the revolutionary acoustic suspension loudspeaker system. I haven't a clue as to what that's about. I just know you got very rich from it. And he's now pursuing his newest invention, which is life-size television, which he calls video beam, and that's what I just showed you, and we're going to go over and show you how it works because it's something that will shortly be available for any of us if we have the money. When Marion Donovan was faced with the second child in diapers, she said there must be a better way or an easier way, and she invented something called a bloater. And we'll show you what that is. That's a very particular kind of, not rubber pants, but something that stopped the wet from getting all over the child and herself. She eventually sold this bloater for $1 million, and since then has been in the inventing business full time. How long ago was that?
About 25 years ago.
And all around Miss Donovan are other inventions of hers. Some of them I want right away in my house. Jacob Rabinow holds more than 200 patents, inventions that he had created himself. He is also chief of the Office of Invention and Innovation at the U.S. National Bureau of Standards, which offers a free advice series to inventors. I never knew we had that. You mean the government encourages people to invent?
You may be surprised, the government does help the American public.
That's not what I meant. Yeah. But most people don't know we have an office to help inventors.
Well, inventors, no. Some of them.
Yeah. Why do we have it?
Oh, we started this in 1940 when the government wanted inventors to help with the war effort, and it's been going on ever since.
And it gives advice if you have an invention and you don't know what to do, or you call this?
Yes, we also try to keep you out of hands of shysters and tell you how to get patents and so on.
I want to talk about that. But first, I think it might be fun to show some of the inventions.
By all means.
So, should we start with you, Mr. Claus, and this gorgeous thing over here? This means that you have life-size television in your own house, right? If you've got
frequently a lot larger than life, but yes, interestingly large.
Can we walk over and show us how it works? Can you buy this now?
Yes, not in New York at the moment, but through much of the rest of the country.
Well, we go
There's
all over the country.
1,200 of them around.
Really? And you buy what? You buy this thing and the screen?
It's a television set which comes in two pieces, like stereo equipment.
And you see everything on it. I mean, it's
plug it
a
into the
regular,
wall, and you can choose very good programs or very bad programs, like any television set.
It's just a regular television. How much
It
does
exaggerates what's there very much. $27.95, $2,800 essentially.
Why should you want it? Why did you think it was a good idea?
Having just a few hours to want to. Okay, so it's an expensive mirror.
Yeah.
But you've seen yourself many times on television.
Yes.
But you noticed it there in a different way.
I looked at myself, and for the first time, I had a button unbuttoned. That's what I did. And
That's what I'm talking about on the set. It really exaggerates what the whole medium is. I mean, even you have seen that much television, noticed it.
Don't you think it's kind
having
of
a few hours a
that
week
sort of
to
Big
watch?
Brother is really watching? Everything I do is...
Okay, that is not observing you. It is not two-way.
Yeah.
The Ray Bradbury thing is a later invention, perhaps. Not of mine.
Yeah.
No, it's just to... if you have a few hours and really want to watch good television, you get everything you can out of
It
a
must be
few hours.
wonderful for sporting events, I would think.
I have become more interested in sporting events than before because of having
Because of this. And people can buy this, or will be able to buy just this, and they put it up in their room anyway.
They are regularly. There's too many people in New York to have it down here, but shortly there will be.
It took you 6 years.
It's a very, very difficult thing to make, so there are relatively few made, and 6 years of the... Oh, the idea came in a moment.
Yeah. Let's sit down.
and
Do
then
you
it's
want
the
to show us
nitty-gritty.
anything here, or should we sit and talk? Is there something else we should see?
No, just the fact that it is this, and here you get to the hang-up of the thing,
Yeah.
must be 8 feet in front of that.
So you have to have
it's
a big room.
real demand on the environment.
You really have to have a big
You
room.
have to have an agreement to have that thing sitting 8 feet out in front of the room.
I see.
It can be a great footrest for watching television, which is the way it's used sometime, or it can be the thing you cannot even imagine having into
8
the
feet
room.
away from the wall?
From the screen.
From the screen.
which
It has
is-
to be 8 feet away. Right. Everything.
So
I put my hands down, and
if you were going to be dancing in the middle of the room, it's in the way.
Now,
If you weren't using that space, it's a great use for it.
You said the idea came like that. The idea came in a moment.
Well, one always carries around some freight of the things that would be desirable to have at home. This is my mode of operation. And now and then you notice technically what can be done by gathering together existing kind of art.
You thought one day people should have bigger televisions.
I thought I wanted at home something that made much more use out of those few hours of watching television. I mean, it really gives you a much different feeling in the stomach watching it.
And you're a professional inventor.
I
mean, you invent for your
I'm more than 199 inventions behind Jacob here in that I happen to have one minor invention. No, I am not. I have had essentially no patents of any consequence at all. This might be different, but the modus operandi has been to notice things that I would like to have at home and see a technology out there and do something about it. So there's 6 years of the nitty-gritty. The fun is the moment of discovery.
What about the $2 million it took for the nitty-gritty?
That came from the idea before and the idea before. Noticing the obvious way to make a loudspeaker that had been mentioned in the literature decades ago, and put one together, sell it to somebody for more than it costs you to make. Then you make more, and this process from the very beginning. So it started at a several $100 level. And
this is your first big smash invention.
The third company was... This has gotten more notoriety because it is in a field which is very important, I think.
Are you a scientist by trade?
No, dog-face engineer, perhaps several years at MIT, and then out into the real world, and been working there, gathering information from the world and applying it to products since then. So I'm not a scientist or not.
What percentage do you get from, is this all yours? Do you make all the money? If this sells, this is all yours?
This, there was a company before this. My specialty has been loudspeakers through the years, through the 20 years, making the form of loudspeaker, which is now very, very popularly done. So this got a company of enough substance to get the $2 million out of the company to make this.
We've never talked before, right? Audience, you and I, except for a few seconds before the show, so we haven't talked about that. Would you want this in your house? If all of you who do, raise your hands. These are women. Women feel... Why? No, well, that's about a third of the audience. Why? Too big? Huh? Yeah, but it's not going to show you. It's going to show the people on television.
People that you have illusions about. They disappear.
Did it show every line on my face? It did, huh?
It's so production techniques.
Not in my house. But it must, I would think that for movies and for spectator sports, it would be very exciting. And you keep saying to watch a few hours a day. You don't believe in sitting and watching it.
I had this picture of watching television several hours a week by myself in a dark room. I realize that's not the normal way sort of it is watched, and it has caused more watching. No, I see it as a theatrical, intense kind of experience, watching something you really want to see. And there is some of that.
Miss Donovan, your invention was totally different. You tell us about it. You had a baby and you said one day.
Well, the baby would always wet the bed, so it would be a change of diaper and bedclothes, 11 o'clock.
And rubber pants. Wouldn't you use rubber pants?
Rubber pants, and they constrict the legs and the waist. And I invented this. May I show it to you?
Please.
It's called a boater because it looks like a boat, I thought then, 25 years ago.
This is before disposable diapers.
Except
No,
this
they
boat,
had-
the water's inside instead of outside.
Right. That's right. There were disposable diapers on the market, and this worked very well for it. But this is before the new laminated plastic. So this is going to simulate a diaper.
And then
Put that in.
instead of the elastic, you had the snaps and the baby's legs were free.
Yes, but it's like a window envelope, you see. So the baby would wet into the aperture, and then you can see the curve of this.
Yeah.
So it would go like so.
Yeah.
And the legs was quite contained, but the legs were free from constriction. And actually, we couldn't say it, but it did cure diaper rash, and many doctors recommended it.
Now, what happened after you did this? Were you able to sell this to a company?
No, I went to all the big names that you can think of, and they said, we don't need it. No woman has asked us for that. We don't need it at all. And they're very happy. They buy all of our baby pants,
And
and
leave
we
us
have
alone,
a very
lady.
good sale.
Yeah.
We don't. So I went into manufacturing myself.
Does that happen very often, Mr. Rabin, now that people have to
Usually happens, yes.
That the companies won't buy an outside,
An outside
thing and have-
invention, yes.
and unless they introduce it themselves.
Unless they thought of it themselves, yes.
So you have to manufacture it yourself. Did you have the money? A nice housewife with children?
Yes, I did. And I started very small. I had a
Yeah.
lingerie manufacturer do it for me.
Show us some of the other things you've invented since, because you've done how many since then?
Well, I don't know, but
Just keep going. Let's show us some of the ones that made it and some of the ones that didn't. This I know didn't.
this one didn't.
Yeah.
Let me close it up first. This is a cigarette package that I thought would be great because it's of a size that could be sold in vending machines. And it could also keep cigarettes. It could also increase the unit cost, I thought, for manufacturers. This is the way it is. So it
And you'd have nice fresh cigarettes.
dovetails like that and sits up straight. This could be an ashtray, really.
Yeah.
But they said, no, we don't think so. We like it the way it is.
And it's different, and it costs money to tool and all the rest.
Although they were making these packages then.
How much did you make on your boater?
Oh, close to $1 million.
Oh, from a diaper. I hope you gave it to. I hope you gave it to that baby. What were you going to say, Mr. Clark?
The sale of the company, or you are still making such?
No, you're right. I did sell the company and the patents.
I
The
can tell
company,
it
the part that made that.
Look at
After
some.
proving that it was valuable by
It's
doing
much
it
easier to
yourself,
sell a
yes.
company than to sell a patent.
Listen, you know how you can never get that
And
zipper?
the goodwill that goes with it.
You know how you can never get the zipper in the back of the dress? You know, you always
That's
feel
what you have husbands for.
Yeah, but if you don't have a husband, then you just
Or
get.
he's not home.
Then you
or
just
he's-
get this, right? How does this
Yes.
work, Mr. Donovan?
Well, there are lots of zipper pulls on the market.
Yeah.
But this one is elastic, and it's meant to stay right in the dress. So it hooks on at the back, and after you've zipped yourself up, of course, you put it on while you're standing in front of the dress. And you zip up, and you flick it into the back, and it's short enough to ride, you know, above the bra or above any underslip that you're wearing. So when you take off the dress, which is a very difficult thing sometimes for a normal
still
pull,
there.
It's still there. You don't have to search and feel where it is.
Right.
Can't you connect a Kohinoor diamond to it and put it around your neck? And where is it?
Which is what you make from selling the diapers. And this a checkbook? What's unusual about this checkbook?
When you write the check, you write the copy. In other words,
Something
you write the
that
check
simple.
and the check writes the stub.
So what you try to do is to say, look, what did I wish I had and don't have?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do I think will help a lot of people and will certainly Help me.
Show one more thing, but we have lots to show, but show the one thing with the paper behind you, which is so simple. You think, why didn't somebody do that? Somebody did.
Oh, this is fine. Many families have children, and they want them to use a paper towel. So this is a way you can keep a paper towel in the powder room along with other towels. This whole thing could be strung with regular towels. But these hang, and then this simply lifts off, or it's a very simple gadget. There
Is this on the market yet?
No, it isn't. I didn't even attempt to put this up.
Are you going to?
I might.
Yeah.
I might.
This is just something you did in your spare time?
Yes, I have a patent pending on it, but you see, it's very handy and very easy to...
And show the one thing you're trying to get manufacturers to do that they won't do.
They won't do it.
Simple little...
This is a soap detergent for laundry. Now, we all know that the larger the package, the cheaper the detergent. So, but you say, well, so most people, when they buy a big 50-pound or 20-pound detergent box, scoop it out, and they get their hands full of the soap and everything. So I said to one manufacturer, why don't you put that gadget at the bottom of the thing? And then when the grocery boy comes in to deliver the 50-pound thing, you just do that.
Yeah. But they won't do it?
No, he said, look, this doesn't go on the large package. It goes on the small package.
You struck a responsive chord here.
Yes, the audience. Now, have you patented this? If somebody wants to do this, do they have to use yours?
I did have a patent. Before I thought of this, I had a patent which had a little insignia here, and the
But I mean, can somebody copy this now? That they've seen it? Anybody can copy this. You don't have a patent for this?
No, but I'm hoping that someone might see this show and they say, we should have Marion help us with our
I see.
design.
Other than that, anybody who wants to do this can do it. If you see it on your package in 2 months or 2 years, you know where it came from. But so far, nobody's done it.
No. That's right.
Okay, Mr. Rabineau has all kinds of wacky inventions and serious inventions and helpful inventions, and we're going to come right back and show some of his and some more of the others.